In an age of online entertainment, one increasing issue has started to creep into discussions: parasociality, the word used to describe connection that a viewer might have with a popular person, as they become way too attached to someone who would barely know of their existence. However, when parasociality was first noticed, it wasn't really a huge concern, because back then there was a clear boundary between fan and creator. But now, that boundary has been blurred with the rise of online content creation. Now, the person you're parasocially invested in is someone you could actually talk to on Discord or Twitter or Patreon or through YouTube replies, and that possibility makes that parasocial relationship between a viewer and creator feel so much stronger. Terms such as stan have been embraced and popularized, people have formed entire communities, and it has come to the point where viewers sometimes feel so connected that they start to interfere and become involved in the content creator's personal life. Now, on YouTube, most people try to discourage and decrease this, whilst others elevate it for more and more profit. But how far can you go with parasociality? How far can you elevate it to the point where it's so restrictive, it creates an echo chamber of praise? Imagine for a second that you are a young fan, enamored with the content made by a streamer and YouTuber. You love their content, you chat on all their streams, and you decide to join their Discord server, expecting a friendly environment. Instead, what you get is a server with constant surveillance, restriction of speech, banning any other popular personality, and only talking about the leader of the place. What is this, North Korea? Nope. It's the Discord server of a furry streamer. GaroShadowScale is exactly who I'm talking about, a furry YouTuber and Twitch streamer. With around a combined 160,000 subscribers across his two YouTube channels and 20,000 followers on Twitch, Garo's done pretty well to make an online career for himself. And it may seem strange as to why there has been so much discussion and controversy about him, because at a passing glance, his channel and videos just seem innocuous. I mean, look at these great Twitch streams.
All right. Darius is not bump dumb. Hunter at the bot. No, Drake is not dumb. Love you too, Avenger. How about wet paper? No, go, no, not milk.
Okay, maybe that's not the best showing. Heading over to the superior platform, Garo's two YouTube channels are very different. On one hand, there's the normal channel with 75k and full of great gaming videos, and then on the other hand, there's the furry channel. This one's way more popular because it's full of thumbnails with sexualized furries and compilations of vor and inflation mods. 1.5 million people have been compelled to click on Garo's most popular video, which is a montage of a bunch of furries getting eaten and inflated in some degenerate video game. It's quite the legacy to leave behind. Now, it might surprise you to know that degeneracy is not the main interest when people have talked about GaroShadowScale, but rather it goes more towards his interactions with his fans and how he treats them. For example, the Discord server. I can guarantee most of you watching this video are on the Discord server, a content creator you like. It's a thought that goes through a lot of people's heads. And for Garo's server, surely the rules of said Discord server would be pretty simple. Well, why don't we have a look? First off, server rules apply in all of these cases. Do not friend request or target other wigglies. Of course, we're playing together and there will be conversations and cooperations, but keep it to a minimum towards other wigglies. Yeah, I forgot to mention he calls his fans wigglies. Anyway, rule 1, the first rule, the establishing rule, is that you're not allowed to DM anyone else on the server. I don't know, man, I'd probably put my first Discord rule as something like don't diddle kids, or follow Discord TOS, or if you're under a certain age, you will be banned. Interesting first choice here from Garo. Also, friend requesting or playing together in games like VR Chat, Among Us, etc. together when I'm not hosting it are not allowed. Just don't organise group activities without me, even if it's just with one other wiggly. And as always, keep the focus on myself and my content. You can see the issues starting to form here. Not letting people talk to each other, not letting people game with each other unless it's on there, always putting the focus on him. It's becoming a lot more clear what's happening with this guy. I'd love to see how this guy would react if they beat the Ender Dragon without him. He'll get his Discord secret police on him or something. Also, as mentioned in server rule number 1 and in my Patreon disclaimer, active streamers/YouTubers cannot claim these rewards or even be in my Discord server. If at any point you start streaming or making YouTube videos, you will lose your rewards and you will be removed from my server. Damn, even the fucking YouTubers are banned. It's just like North Korean TV. There's only state-sponsored broadcasts allowed on this Discord dictatorship. Even if little Timmy wants to start up his Twitch career, that's a no-no, fucko. All the attention here has to be on GaroShadowScale, our supreme leader. There's also another set of rules on the server which includes all the previous ones, but also has this little detail. Number 5. No NSFW/fetish/gore content, or link/discussion of relevant websites. Okay, that's a good rule. Then we got no OC/Sona artwork/discussion unless it involves fan art of/with me. Well, that just about sums it up. You could say that Garo's restricting Discord and preventing danger, and he rules the server with an iron fist, but that iron fist is right up his own ass, and so is he. Plus, I don't think these rules are for safety, as much as they are for fueling this guy's arrogance and god complex. And to further prove that, let's look at his Patreon tiers. Now, my membership tiers are pretty simple. You get Discord access, you get early videos, you get exclusive videos. But Garo's are a bit more personal and unusual. So, skipping the lower tier, we start at $25 a month. And for that, you get to play games on his server, friend him on VR chat, get priority access to gaming with him, as well as early access to videos. Okay, that seems alright. Could be a little self-centered because it does focus a lot about having the opportunity to play games with him, but surely that's not a recurring pattern. Then there's $100 a month, where he says, in addition to previous benefits, you can join me in VR chat every day in my Twitch streams for hugs together after I finish announcements. Yes, that's right, one of the perks is to get hugged in VR chat from this guy. Do you want to see it in action? Who am I kidding? Of course you do.
Let me go ahead and hug my love to your patrons. We're going to hop on over to Terraria. I think that's it for announcements. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. All right, one moment. So, Satoshi, Big Eyes, Precious Wiggly, thank you so much for bringing a woe tier patron. I love and appreciate you so much, Precious Wiggly. That makes me super duper happy to see. And don't forget, you can send me at least a DM every day and I will respond. You are guaranteed that as per your rewards. And also, I didn't forget that you're saying Friday would be a good time for the private call. Fridays are usually a bit rough for me, but I think I can do it. If not, then we can definitely reschedule it, but it will happen, of course. But I love you lots, Precious Satoshi Wiggly. Thank you for your support and love. You mean so much to me, Precious Wiggly. I'm so happy to have you in my life every single day. And Skywing, Big Eggs, Precious love to your patron. Hopefully things are gradually lightening up for you, my friend. You mean a lot to me. Thank you for your support and kindness and love as always. You mean so much to me and I appreciate you lots. Thank you for everything. I'm Doug. It's gonna be your turn. Actually, let me double check. Where are you going? Where are you going? Don't fall. No, don't fall. I don't even know where my camera is anymore.
What is this guy doing? I can picture like Garo writing this in the Patreon perks and thinking he's got like the VR chat Midas touch, or that he's like furry Jesus Christ and his hooks are like blessings. Then, if that wasn't enough, right after he ends stream, he takes individual selfies in VR chat with them, with only one Patreon per day. What? Okay, alright, maybe I'm out of my depth, maybe I'm not familiar with these people or the world of VR chat, but I cannot imagine being so socially isolated that you think being hugged and taking selfies with your favorite YouTuber is the best way to fill the void. That's so fucking sad, dude. Holy shit. But hold on, we're not done yet. You thought $100 a month was the limit? Well, if you pay $250 a month, you get everything mentioned and also a 20-minute Discord call with Garo, as well as one DM every day. Wow, really? One whole DM? God, I'm so lucky to receive one DM from the great GaroShadowScale. Also, this feels like a bit of a scam. If you get one private call every day, how are you going to let him know that you want to call? By DMing him, but that wastes your DM. Either that, or he's so terminally online that he'll know when you call, which is probably the right choice actually. Well, thankfully, if you're willing to fork out another $250 and total it at $500 a month, you'll get a 20-minute private VR chat session and 2 Discord DMs every day. Also, what does this guy do in his 20-minute private voice chats and private VR sessions? I'd wager he's getting a bit of an e-quickie, if you know what I mean. You know, he's given some of that cyber sloppy. Those are the worst 2 things I think I've ever said on YouTube.
You like this pussy?
Listen, on a real note, on a direct message to the people who are legitimately paying for this, you need friends, guys. Come on. Garo might put on the facade here, but he's not doing it because he likes you. It's because you give him money, and this guy seems to want to sell anything that's a part of him for the highest bidder. This guy seems like he'd auction his fucking liver for far more than it's worth, and all just to spend the money on, like, gooning to furry porn. He does not like you as a person. He likes you as a way to fill his pockets. But despite that being the obvious truth, Garo puts up a desperate narrative to show that he really does care about his cult followers, but the way he watches over these people and has like constant surveillance on them is really creepy. Another of Garo's cult-like Discord rules is that you can only send messages in one channel and only when he's live streaming. To gain access to the full server, you have to attend his streams at a certain time and send messages. It's basically like a social credit system. And this is good context because it helps us to understand this message that he had with a fan. Been showing up to most of the Twitch streams, played marbles a bunch of times. My Twitch name is AndrewMTGX. Sorry you've had so much issues with your tech, hehe. You came on at the 4th of September, the 8th of September, the 9th of September, the 10th of September, the 14th of September for a total of 2 hours 10 minutes watch time. That's not even the full duration of a single stream. I see you sending lots of messages, but they seem to be condensed within short time bursts. Your low watch time suggests that you're just coming and going, rather than at least leaving the stream open when you can't be active. Due to all that, you don't qualify for regular status. You'll have to do better. Much better. Oh, okay. Well, kinda hard for me to leave the stream on when I'm supposed to be sleeping, but oh well. Yeah, you have to treat his Twitch streams like you're in the fucking military. How delusional is this guy? Well, the answer is very. Hey Zach, I hope you had a good birthday. Just remember to keep the attention/focus on myself and my server/stream. It really felt like you were pushing your birthday topic and gift topic a bit much. Then when you were mentioning that you couldn't post a pic, it felt like you were basing for a gift sub of a DMs to ask about your gift. Don't do that again, alright? Okay, my bad, I didn't know that. I didn't know I was drawing a lot of attention to myself, sorry about that. All good. Just remember for the future. Yeah, fuck you, Zach, you piece of shit. How dare you come on my stream and talk about your birthday? The only birthday talked about on twitch.tv/GaroShadowScale is mine, you little bitch. Guys, is it not obvious already? He doesn't care about you. He cares about you caring about him. Wait till this guy realizes that 99.9% of conversations that people have are not about him. He will absolutely lose it. But do you guys want to see Garo when he's actually mad? Well, for some reason, one of his mods DM'd the others in private and was doing some shady shit. And Garo was now no more Mr. Nice Furry. Bare minimum, you can't be in my server anymore. That is where I am most vulnerable, and you are extremely dangerous. I've never seen someone who could build such incredibly strong attachments with my mods through DMs only, and completely behind my back too. Anon of all people, you turned him. My mind was blown. Just inviting him to that server is cause enough for a ban, but the fact that he built such a strong attachment with him that he wrestled with me in that biased way for 2 nights. Not only do I want you out of my server, I want you severing ties with him completely on all platforms. And I've already told him to do the same to you. I won't risk such an incredibly powerful connection like this remaining, or any others forming. It's clear I'll have to be more aggressive towards certain personality types, and perhaps tighten my rules even further than they already are, to further reduce the risk of this sort of thing happening in the future. Even going to so far as to add him to your own emote server. And Lord knows if that might have even been escalated in the future. Say whatever you want to oppose that, but it doesn't matter. I wouldn't trust you or anyone. I don't let anyone gain that level of attachment or influence to my community members. Nobody can be trusted with that power. The attachment was so strong that I spent 2 long nights talking with him to break things down point by point, to open his eyes to how dangerous this was. Watching him turn was like watching God bleed, and it all happened behind my back. Let me repeat that. Watching him turn was like watching God bleed. Is this man okay? Does he need to be knocked down a few pegs? Because he's treating Discord like it's fucking Game of Thrones. Not just me, my whole community. If you really do care about what you've done and sincerely feel sorry, then back off from my community. Cutting yourself from me and my content, but still maintaining these strong connections with individuals you met through me is incredibly insulting. I hope you see what I mean when I say he has a Discord cult of personality. This guy is on something. I don't know what it is, and I don't want to do armchair psychology, but holy fuck, something is up. So, was he always narcissistic and egotistical, or was it the indulgence and the money and the power he has that changed him? Well, let's hear what he has to say. The first point that Garo makes is disputing further criticism against him, as some people were saying that he was making sexual thumbnails and videos, which was an issue when most of his audience was minors. On one hand, he's making videos about games for kids like Bug Snacks, and on the next video, Lil Timmy will be watching a compilation of a fat inflated furry getting eaten by like a pregnant dragon or something. And Garo's way to respond to this is the classic point. Look at my analytics, guys.
I've seen some people saying that my community is mostly made up of minors, and this is simply not true. YouTube is one of my biggest platforms and has some of the best analytics. And if you go down here, you can see that over 75% of my viewers are between the ages of 18 and 44. Less than 7% of my viewers are between the ages of 13 and 17. So less than 7% of my viewers are minors. The vast majority of my viewers and community are over 18 years old.
YouTube has the best analytics. Really, dude? You're gonna say that with all the times they decide to glitch and show literally nothing? This is such an amateur mistake for anyone willing to defend themselves with this point. Audience analytics are not an accurate representation of who watches your videos. Unless your videos are age restricted all the time, it's always gonna be kids, because kids always have the most free time. Why do you think most YouTubers don't post during school hours? Why do you think ad rates go up in the summer and winter holidays? Why do you think they go down when September starts? It's the most obvious thing ever to literally anyone who does YouTube for a living. The next claim that Garo addresses is Patreon.
Now, regarding my Patreon, I've seen that some people have the impression that people have to be pledged to my Patreon to be part of my community, or even to talk to me. That's simply not true.
Yes, it is. That's just a lie. One of the rules of the Discord server is that if you're new, you can only send messages in one channel for a limited time, but if you pay, you can bypass that instantly. Otherwise, enjoy only being able to talk on a Discord server for 5 hours, and anyone in every time zone has to adhere to this specific time. Doesn't matter if it's 4 AM for you, that's all the time you got. And then Garo addresses the Discord rules and basically tells everyone we can agree to disagree.
Now, I've seen a lot of discussion about my Discord rules. If someone likes my Discord rules and wants to join my Discord server, they're more than welcome to join my server. If someone does not like my Discord server rules, they don't have to join my server. It 100% comes down to personal choice or preference, and you are free to agree or disagree with my rules.
You see, it's not that everyone is absolutely waiting to join your Discord server, it's just a little something called criticizing, and you should probably change your Discord rules. But if you want to stay in your echo chamber, you do you. Just makes it more hilarious to make fun of you. Now, all of this drama, all of these revelations and screenshots were from all the way back in November 2021. It's not like he's changed much since then, but a year after, he got himself into yet more drama. This happened when a furry commentary YouTuber by the name of Clapped Seal made a video on him in October 2022, and it got around 600,000 views. This then compelled Garo to make a second response. Now, response 1 was 3 minutes long, but response 2 is an hour long. Now, am I gonna break it down? No. Maybe I'm dishonest for not representing his side fully, but this video is so boring. If I break down an hour-long video where you're just repeating the same shit, no one's watching that, and I'm not wasting my time. I scrolled down to the description and he included a fucking poem as some sort of grand gesture, which already told me enough. It's literally just an hour of a man-child coping and crawling and molding and squealing. After this, nothing really happened and there was just radio silence. That is until 7 months later, when out of the blue, Garo issued 2 false copyright strikes against Clapseal's videos.
Then Garo's attorney lists some key points on what I infringed on from Garo's copyrighted work. The copyrighted content includes original art used as a profile picture, virtual reality renderings of an original avatar, i.e. artwork of a green dragon, and extensive video footage filmed and edited by the copyright holder, the copyrighted content. The copyrighted content is reproduced without the authorization or consent of the copyright holder, and is the copyright holder's exclusive content. You didn't hear that wrong. They claimed that my video was an infringement because I used his persona, a green dragon, which has made comments left under my videos so much more ironic.
Yet again, another YouTuber who thinks he knows copyright law and can get away with abusing it, when in reality he can't. Also, keep in mind at this point, Clapseal is 16, Garo is around 29. It really shows like the level of man-child we're dealing with here. Also, unlike most copyright strikes where YouTubers have to dispute them by providing their information, Clapseal didn't even have to do anything. This time, YouTube stepped in themselves and said, no, this video's fair use, he's fine, which just makes Garo seem more sad and pathetic than he already is, and kinda shattered any view of his god complex. You're telling me this guy is so important that he can't like take down a video? That's just fucking amazing, and a perfect note to conclude this video. As I write my videos and do the research, I always try to look at situations from different angles and perspectives that others haven't really explored, and I tried to give Garo any props I could. After all, his authoritarian stranglehold in his Discord server is not good, but some of these restrictions on this server could be good for different reasons. From my many cases of covering online grooming, it always seems to start from 2 people meeting on a Discord server, and stopping that definitely prevents the issue. But it dawned on me that even though there could be positives to these restrictions, it's clear they were not made for those positives, and instead made to feed the ego of a narcissist. To me, GaroShadowScale represents the next evolution of content creators, and I don't mean that in a good way. The issue of parasociality, how viewers feel like they're friends with the YouTubers and streamers they watch, it's become more of a big deal, and by watching over his fans, almost like a restrictive parent or even an employer, it's feeding into that parasociality. And for what reason? Well, my view is that Garo is a man who's incredibly insecure about himself. The furry he plays online, that is an alternate reality he's playing. He sees videos mocking what he does and issues copyright strikes, he refuses to accept that his audience are made of minors, and he plays God in his own circle. Call me crazy, but my theory is that he chose to be a furry, not because it was his interest, but because it was his escape. And he needs all the validation he can get, because just maybe some of it can go through to his true self. Until next time, stay safe and stay toasty.